What is going on, guys? Welcome back to the channel. Welcome back to the stream. I hope you guys are having a fantastic Saturday. Is it Saturday already? It is Saturday. We are in the weekend now. I hope you guys are having a great weekend so far. Bitcoin hitting yet another all-time high. Guys, you should be getting used to this, or I hope you're getting used to this, because you're going to be seeing a lot more of this over the next year. Actually, a lot more of this over the next year. Guys, definitely smash that like button as we're getting started. My past two streams were shadow banned by YouTube, and I hope I don't get shadow banned again. So hit that like button. Let's make sure people see this. Make a comment in the chat. I really hope I'm not shadow banned again. Honestly, I probably am, and I don't know why this keeps happening. Just going to come on here and talk to you guys a little bit. So strange that Google is shadow banning me. Nobody's getting my notifications. People are already saying I'm not getting a notification. But anyway, guys, we're trading just around 24,000 US dollars for Bitcoin. So this is awesome to see. We could be seeing prices even higher than this. We're actually coming up on the first fib extension target from all-time high to bear market low. The first fib extension target is actually coming in around where we are right now. Pretty close to where we are right now. So some people are getting notified, they said. Some people are not. But guys, it definitely helps if you hit that like button so we can know for sure if this stream is being shadow banned. So this is getting pretty epic, guys. And as you guys know, as I've been talking about, I've been pretty focused on the long-term trend here. And I do think that, you know, just looking at Bitcoin, let's see if you guys can see this. Can I bring up the scene here so you guys can see this a little better? If I show you guys this scene, we're literally in this first initial stage right here, right? Compared to the last bull market. Guys, we have so much more upside to go. I find it kind of funny that there's a lot of people right now that think... Sorry, I think I have the wrong audio. I just turned down my mic by accident. A lot of people think that we're like going to top out soon and pull back. But guys, honestly, I think it's kind of funny to me. We are just starting this bull market. The US dollar is performing extremely terribly right now. We have more stimulus coming, more devaluation of fiat currencies worldwide, and this is why Bitcoin was created. And we're just getting a break of the all-time high. And honestly, guys, I do think we could hit prices like 250,000 in this cycle. And a lot of people are saying, you know, Kev, what do you mean 250,000? You think we're really all going to get rich? I mean, no, we're probably not. Some of you guys are going to sell too early. Some of you guys are not going to sell. And, you know, most of the institutions are the ones that are going to make the money here, right? Once they pump this up, then they're going to, you know, create all sorts of mainstream Bitcoin products, you know, for people to get into. But they want to get into it first. PayPal is just now getting into the market, guys, just now. A lot of these big guys are getting in just now. So there's a lot ahead of us here. We have like another year at least of upside, in my opinion, which sounds almost a little bit euphoric or something. Like people are like, oh my God, a whole year of upside. I mean, yeah, it's likely that we do have another year of upside for Bitcoin. It is quite possible, guys. I mean, that's literally what the halving is all about, right? You guys have heard me explain this before. I know most of you guys should know this by now, but the halving, the reason why the bull markets always take place after the halving is because the rewards get reduced in half for miners, which means miners have half as much Bitcoin to sell. And if demand stays the same or increases after the miners get half the rewards, or, you know, the halving takes place, the price goes up, guys. It's just simple. It's just like a simple equation, but it's genius, right? Satoshi's a genius. So yeah, I mean, and this is the thing right now, Bitcoin going up is going to bring up the value of all the altcoins as well, right? Guys, let me know in the chat, did you get the notification for this stream? My last 2 streams were shadow banned. I'm just curious. I'm just curious if you guys got it. Let me know in the chat. Click 1 if you got the notification. Click 2 if you did not. And then we're going to be talking about a bunch of stuff here, so. But yeah, guys, I mean, in terms of Bitcoin right now, I mean, there's really not all much to say, right? There's really not all much. I'm not going to sit here and pretend that, you know, I know exactly where Bitcoin's going to go in the short term, because, I mean, it's all based on the amount of demand, right? Any institution can hop into the market right now and send the price to anywhere, right? I mean, if you guess exactly what the whales do here, you know, you got lucky, right? That's really it. The only thing I can really do from high is go from high to low with my fib extensions from previous all-time high to bear market low, and then we can look at the first fib extension target, which is around 24,450, and we're kind of close to that. That could be an upside target. Maybe we touch the 1272 before seeing a rejection. Maybe we go higher. The next upside target, according to the fib extensions, is actually 30K, 30,251. So, you know, maybe this is a target. We'll see. All right, it seems like this stream is not shadow banned now. That's good to hear. That's good to hear. Guys, definitely smash up that like button. Let's get a few hundred likes on this stream. What is up, everybody? Let's see, we got some familiar faces in the chat. We got George in the chat. What's up, guys? We got Fake Plan B in the chat. Ryan Miles. What is up, guys? Welcome back to the stream. So yeah, I mean, we're coming up on the first fib extension target. You know, in my opinion, technical analysis kind of doesn't really matter right now. Not really. You know, any level of again, Bitcoin is a global asset being traded worldwide, and any major player, any major institution from any country could start stepping into the market right now and push the price past whatever resistance you think is a resistance, right? You know, they could just send it. They could just absolutely send it. Somebody could just dump it, right? I mean, at this point, it's very unpredictable. You're above the all-time high. You have all this new money coming in. There's a whole new level of demand being created for Bitcoin right now. You know, news stations are writing about it. Yeah, guys, I mean, that's just how it is. A lot of the altcoins are slacking. Somebody says Chainlink is slacking. Not really, actually, guys. I mean, for you guys that got in late, yeah, you might think that Chainlink is slacking because you got in late, right? You were late. If you think Chainlink is slacking, you're probably late. Hopefully this music is not too loud. So let's go to the asset list. Check it out, guys. I mean, I don't know. I've said this so many times. Chainlink is the top performing asset in the top 20 cryptocurrencies. It is the number one. Let's go to, you know, by market cap here. Ethereum is starting to catch up, you know, 420%, but Chainlink is up 651%. And in the top 20 cryptocurrencies, actually NEM just caught up. NEM just caught up recently. But other than that, Chainlink is the top performer, right? At least in the top 10. So, I mean, it's already kind of made its move. Chainlink made its move from $1.50 to $20. It made its move, and now it's consolidating at $13. I mean, the performance is amazing, actually. It's pretty amazing. And I do think that Chainlink is going to be looking for much higher prices. Prices in the hundreds, I think, are likely. Right now, if you're looking at, if you do the calculation for Bitcoin, You know, if we were to actually hit a price like 250,000, and if Bitcoin does hit 250,000 in this cycle, and Ethereum continues to outpace Bitcoin by double, right? Double the percentage gains. The calculation, I did it the other day, Ethereum would actually be above $10,000. So I'm just going to say 10K. If Bitcoin hits 250,000, and the stock to flow model is correct, and we pretty much just have a repeat cycle here, and the US dollar index continues to plummet over time, then Ethereum would hit 10K, possibly 15K. I would just say 10K. And at that point, Chainlink would probably hit prices like $250. At the most, in my opinion, $500, probably no higher than that. $250 from here is an insane return, especially if you were getting in at $1, $4. You know, with me on my channel, we were talking about, we were like screaming Chainlink from the rooftops at $4 before the all-time high break. So I know a lot of you guys have been holding since then. You're doing great, right? It's just been a little bit annoying to hold Chainlink recently because we're going sideways. But I mean, that's just how it is. That's just how it is, guys. After a gain like that, Chainlink is going to be waiting for Bitcoin to make a move before it makes an epic move. Considering if you're looking at the top 10 cryptos, you know, Chainlink is now number 7. It's no longer a shit coin. It's no longer a coin that's just going to pump randomly, right? It's actually established itself up the top 10 cryptos. So, you know, now it's sort of waiting for Bitcoin to consolidate, to make its move. It's waiting for the rest of the market to really make its move. Again, Chainlink is no longer a shit coin. It's up here, number 7 right now. So yeah, it kind of has to get permission from Bitcoin to make a move. And that's just the reality of the situation right now. It's no longer just a random pump. It's established itself in the market, guys. So yeah, guys, we have 400 people watching. We are no longer shadow banned. My last 2 streams were shadow banned, so I'm happy to see that we're no longer shadow banned. I think we're gaining viewership right now. Smash up that like button to make sure that people can see this stream. Make a comment in the comment section how you're feeling today, because it helps rank the stream a little bit, guys. So we were just talking about Chainlink, sort of, you know, why Chainlink is the way, why it's behaving the way it is, why Chainlink is behaving in the way that it is. And yeah, what we can expect. I think that Chainlink is, again, going to be hitting prices in the hundreds, but, you know, kind of got to wait for permission for Bitcoin. Because a lot of people, you know, it's probably the most common question on my channel, right? It's probably the most common question. Why isn't Chainlink mooning? Why aren't we going up higher? Well, again, let me just repeat myself. It's number 7. It can't really just pump like a random Uniswap listing, right? It's got to follow the rest of the market. But it's doing fantastic. So I'm really happy with Chainlink. I think it's going to do great. Bitcoin, obviously the most exciting thing right now. Bitcoin giving us the green light overall. You know, right now, what you're going to see is you're going to see institutions focusing on getting in on Bitcoin. You're going to see retail focusing on getting in on Bitcoin, Ethereum. And then eventually, you know, this cycle, guys, remember like last cycle, when Bitcoin goes from 200 to 20,000, it brings in so many new people, so much new money comes into the market. And then you start to see more development across the board in the industry. And then you start to see money flowing into altcoins as people enter Bitcoin and they start buying Bitcoin, Ethereum, whatever. XRP, it's a popular one. You know, they start to look elsewhere. They start to see, oh, this coin, that coin, and then the altcoins start to move, right? So new money is coming in. You just got to be patient. Everything is going to moon. Everything is going to absolutely rocket. It's going to do what you want it to do, but you have to be patient, right? The second that you click that sell button is when it pumps, as you guys all know. What's up, everybody in the chat? I missed some chats. Probably missed a lot. Guys, let me know in the chat, do you think Bitcoin's going to hit the 30K? So right now we're at the 1272, pretty much, you know, just under it. If you go from all-time high, sorry, the music stopped, I think. So if you go from all-time high at the previous all-time high to bear market low, you know, we're at the 1272 fib extension. Do you guys think this will act as resistance and we consolidate above 20K? Click 1. If you think we're going to pump to 30K, the 1618, click 2 in the chat. I'm curious to know what you guys think. Yeah, guys, I mean, at some point, you know, this is what I was saying on Twitter. What I was saying on Twitter was, in the last bull market, we saw Bitcoin go up thousands of dollars in a single day. In this upcoming bull market, we will see Bitcoin go up tens of thousands of dollars in a single day. Sounds crazy, right? Sounds totally crazy. I'm sure it sounds crazy, but that's just how it is, guys. As the price grows, that's just how it's going to be. You know, at the end of the bull run here, we saw, you know, multiple $1,000 days. I think there was one that was like 2 or 3K up in a day, I believe. And yeah, we're going to see Bitcoin probably go up tens of thousands. I mean, once you get above 100K, guys, you know, seeing the price go from like 150K to 160K is actually, you know, pretty realistic at that price as we get up there. As there's that much momentum to the upside, seeing those kind of moves, totally possible. This is why you guys got to be focused on the long term. I see a lot of people suffering from short-term paranoia, right? Short-term paranoia will destroy you. It will destroy you. If you're sitting there for whatever reason, like just mindlessly worried about the short term, just mindlessly worried about, oh my God, are we going to dump? Guys, it doesn't matter. Like, it doesn't matter what happens in the short term, right? Did it matter back here? You know, when Bitcoin was sitting at $1,200, did it matter at all? Like, if we dumped a little bit here above the all-time high, did it matter? No. I mean, you made so much gains. The same thing is it's looking like the same thing is going to take place now, guys. Don't worry about the short term, right? A lot of your YouTubers, your top YouTubers, they're going to say, "Oh my God, big pump, big dump, it's coming, warning! Oh my God, attention, hello!" Like it's just insane. It's like they're just looking for your click, right? But guys, I'm telling you, just relax. Long term, you'll probably do much better. I'm telling you guys, just take a relax. Really, just take a relax. Just looking at chat. I mean, guys, at this point, there's not much for me to do other than, you know, maybe look at some fib extension targets. You know, it's just like a watch party, right? It's just a watch party. We're just enjoying the gains, enjoying the movement. It's pretty epic here. Ethereum also fantastic, coming up on this upward sloping resistance line that we've been, you know, hitting since September, basically. If we break above this, we could be headed for 750. We could be headed for 750 if Ethereum breaks out to a new high. And if we're looking at the weekly chart, that is coming in along this area right here where we had support in 2018 and resistance here in 2018. So there was like a support 2017, 2018, and also a resistance, pretty historic range. 750 is where the weekly candles were closing in 2018. So yeah, if Ethereum breaks out to a new high, I would say 750 is the next major target. And when Ethereum breaks the all-time high, that's going to be crazy. That's just going to be nuts. Ethereum will likely have more gains than Bitcoin in the next bull run. It already does. It already does. I mean, Bitcoin's up 230% this year. Ethereum's up 420% this year. Already basically double Bitcoin's gains. It will likely stay that way. It will likely stay that way. And I think that Ethereum, you know, if Bitcoin does hit the insane upside target of 250, which is actually an average performance for Bitcoin, 250K bull market peak, Ethereum would be around 10K. Around 10K. Which sounds insane, but we've seen crazier things happen in crypto. We've seen crazier things happen in crypto, guys. And the thing that kind of makes me think it's possible for that to happen is that the CFTC, the Commodities Future Trading Commission, the U.S. regulators, the Commodities Future Trading Commission, have actually stated that they like Ethereum. Like the chairman said, "I like Ethereum. I think it's impressive." That's what he said. I was like, wow, that's pretty cool. U.S. regulators are warming up to Ethereum, and they think that it's impressive and that I guess it's useful. And yeah, so Ethereum is getting accepted by regulators, seems to be at this point, and maybe, you know, that is actually a very, very bullish sign. As much as regulation sucks, regulation is going to pump the market because when regulation takes place, bigger players are allowed to step in. They can start investing. They feel more safe and secure about crypto, and then it pumps. Guys, we have, what, 630 people watching. Smash up that like button and subscribe to the channel if you're new. Let's see if we can get 34K subs during the stream. Tesla outperformed BTC this year. This year? Yeah, I'm sure. Yeah, well, of course. I mean, I haven't made the comparison, but that doesn't surprise me. I mean, if you're looking at the very start of the year, Bitcoin's at 7K, and then it pumps to 24. Or, well, you never know. Maybe by the end of the year, we're at 30. Who knows, right? But, yeah, that doesn't surprise me. I think overall, long-term, Bitcoin's the fastest horse, and I'm pretty sure Bitcoin's going to be outperforming Tesla in the long run. I have no doubts that Bitcoin will probably be, hitting prices like 250,000 eventually here in the next year. Guys, are you enjoying your gains? Are you enjoying your gains? I hope you are. There's a lot of euphoria right now, which is actually not a bad thing. It's actually not a bad thing. The fact that there's so much euphoria. Because some of you guys have probably heard me explain this. And it's actually really, really important to understand this explanation that I'm about to make, because it's the reason why the market moves in the way that it does. If you want to know why the market moves the way that it does with these crazy parabolic trends, then you have to understand emotional feedback and what that means and how it works. Emotional feedback, guys. The reason why Bitcoin went from 1,200 to 20K was because of excessive emotional feedback, which created an exponential increase in demand. Because once Bitcoin broke 1,200, all the people that bought Bitcoin down here were sitting in a profit. All the people that bought Bitcoin down here below 1,200, once we broke out, they were sitting in a profit. And that caused a huge surge in attention, right? A huge surge in attention took place after we broke the all-time high. And because there was so much euphoria after breaking the all-time high and everybody was making a profit, that caused so much chatter, right? And the price, because of the halving, was still at a fair valuation generally. So when we broke the all-time high, we got that emotional feedback. Everybody that had Bitcoin was in a profit. They were like making tweets, talking about it in the news, everything. That's feedback. That causes the next major rise in price. And then anybody who bought on the first breakout of the all-time high, once we broke above that all-time high, what happened then? More emotional feedback. All the new people that bought Bitcoin, they were in a profit as well. So it's not just the early adopters that were buying here that were in a profit. Now it's the new people that jumped in. They're in a profit. Feedback, more feedback, even bigger, more noise, more people talking, chattering. They tell their friends. Same thing happens again. All the people that bought on the next wave, they're talking about it. More feedback, bigger crowd, more noise. And then you get to the point of over-exuberance where we just get completely overbought. And, because of the halving, there was 12 Bitcoin per block. At 20K at that point in time, there was not enough demand to sustain that type of selling pressure for miners, in my opinion, I think. And, of course, there was just a lot of bearish speculation as well. People just selling, taking profit. And you had a parabolic trend that you broke below. So the chart told you, hey, you have this parabolic trend that you're not able to hold. So, demand has decreased, and you're likely looking for a bear market now. And if you guys were, watching my channel early on, it's all on record. Yeah, I was bearish here because we broke that parabolic trend line. And I was calling for prices like 2,500, which I was pretty close. And that type of emotional feedback, guys, is likely to take place once again. We just broke the all-time high. Everybody's in a profit. Everybody's euphoric, right? First wave up, the new people that join in, they're even talking about it. Second wave up, all the people that bought, on the first major pump above the all-time high, they're making money. They're talking about it. Oh my God. And then it causes that feedback loop. The crowd gets bigger and bigger until we hit an insanely high price where, miners, getting 6.5 0.25 Bitcoin every 10 minutes. They're selling onto the market. People are dumping. People are taking profit. Just too much selling pressure at those levels, and then we dump to 50K. This is what I think is probably going to happen. So excessive emotional feedback is what's going to cause those parabolic trends, right? And the parabolic trend line, which we haven't even created yet, after the first major pump up, once we see some kind of rejection, pretty much like this right here, then you're going to have a better idea of what the trajectory of the bull market could be, right? So, something along those lines, right? We'll see. We'll see how it actually plays out. But once you see a major pump and then a correction and then support get found, then you'll see, okay, we're starting to go parabolic. And now we have an idea of what the trend could actually look like going into the next year, right? Analyzing that macro trend, guys, is pretty important. George says extreme greed 93. Yeah, guys, we're going to have extreme greed for a year, probably. I mean, we're going to be overbought. We're just going to be overbought for like a year, guys. This is just how it works. We're just going to be continuously overbought for like a year. It happened last time. You have short-term corrections in between, and then becomes overbought again. Jay Jones says F 2.0 thoughts. Guys, I'm staking for F 2.0 right now. This is my staked position. So I staked 31F on Kraken. So if you guys want to stake on Kraken, again, I'm using Cryptowatch to monitor the staking position, but it's very easy to stake for F 2.0. All you do is you click that Kraken affiliate link, sign up, deposit Ethereum, stake it. That's simple. That's all you do, and you're staking F. Big disclaimer, if you stake Ethereum, you cannot unstake it. You cannot withdraw it until phase 1.5. BBKK says your projections are generally wrong. I mean, guys, the reason why people watch this channel is because I've made a few very key macro calls, which is we broke the parabolic trend line in 2018. I called for 2,500 pretty much right off the bat, and my prediction was $600 off. Pretty much a correct prediction considering we went from 15K to 3,100. The second call, which Sunny Decree, shout out to Sunny, he gave me a shout out because I was bearish on Bitcoin after we peaked at 14K, and I was calling for prices like 7.2, which was a direct hit, and then the China pump happened, and then we dumped a little lower. So it was like pretty close. And then I called the low. Once Bitcoin hit 3,800, and we had that weekly volume signature, I mean, guys, it's all on my channel. We had this major weekly spike in volume, and it was like the easiest bottom call of my lifetime. It was so easy. I said, okay, we have a major spike in volume here. And when have we had major spikes in volume? It was the easiest call I've ever made in March. It was like, okay, we have this major spike. The last major spike was what? When Bitcoin was at 14K. Look, 14K. Actually, let me change the weekly back to Monday. The 14K rejection right here was a huge volume spike, guys. When was the next major volume spike? It was the low at 3,100 or just around that area right here. And other than that, what happened? 20K, 6K. Those were the areas of highest volume. 20K, 6K. And then in March, we had a major spike in volume. And you can go back once we close this weekly at 5.5. There's a video saying 3,800 is the bottom, and I said, look at the volume signature. There it is. So I'm just answering BBKK who said that all my predictions are wrong. Yeah, I don't think so. I don't think so, guys. It's all on record, all on this YouTube channel. What I was wrong about recently, I don't mind admitting when I'm wrong. What I was wrong about recently was speculating on a potential pullback from the all-time high to like the 21-week EMA at 14K, which never happened. We just blasted through it. I was highly considering that possibility. And that did not play out. We just kind of blasted straight through it. And now, guys, right now, you know, in the current market conditions, in the global environment, with the US dollar being devalued, interest rates locked at a low level, you know, people want to, you know, invest in stocks. They want to get out of the US dollar. They want to find the best possible hedge against inflation. You know, institutions are now saying that Bitcoin is going to take over gold to a large extent. You know, Bitcoin is gold 2.0 basically at this point. Completely different vehicle, but you could look at it that way. And I think that this year is going to be very, very good for Bitcoin. I'm looking for prices in the hundreds of thousands for Bitcoin here. Guys, definitely smash up that like button if you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the content. Hopefully the sound is good. Hopefully the music is not too loud or something. And I do have the snowfall here on my camera. There's actually a hole in the roof, and I can't close it. So it's snowing. My keyboard is covered in snow, guys. What is up, everybody? We have a lot of new people joining in as well. Joshua says, it's my 23rd birthday today, Kevin. Shout me out to the stream, guys. Joshua Keith, shout out to you, Joshua. Happy birthday. I hope you're enjoying your birthday. This is a pretty good birthday. Bitcoin just hit a new all-time high. Shout out to you, Joshua. Enjoy the day. Enjoy the games. Leroy says, so I get the stock to flow model on Cryptowatch. It's not listed as an indicator. Yeah, guys, if you go to the drop-down tab, by the way, guys, there's links in the description to sign up for Cryptowatch, which is the platform that I use. And if you want to use the stock to flow model, sign up for Cryptowatch. It's free, totally free, guys. You click the analysis drop-down tab, you scroll down, and you go to the bottom. It says stock to flow right there. You click on that, and then you can hit fill to fill it in on the screen. Guys, the Cryptowatch link, it's free. Click that link, sign up. 2021 is going to be a fantastic year, guys. It's looking really good for us here in crypto. I'm excited to see now if Ethereum can get this breakout to 750. Because we're, you know, coming up on this resistance line, and the next major resistance historically is actually around 750 here on the weekly. So that's where I'm looking for Ethereum now for the next major move if we get a breakout. KJV says, me and my wife are all in. Our life savings are all in. So you guys are all in the market with your life savings. Well, if you do that, make sure that you have your assets managed properly. Don't leave it on exchanges because you can get your life savings hacked and you lose it all. Get your money off exchanges on a ledger, secure, you know, get your ledger, get your private keys written down, seed phrase, and put it in a safe somewhere, right? Make sure your crypto's off exchanges because your life savings can be hacked off an exchange. Joshua says that he loves this community. Enjoy the gains, everyone. Press Play says, why are all the altcoins lagging behind? I mean, guys, this is usually how it is, right? So we haven't even talked about the US dollar yet. This is something I want to talk about in a second. Because that's a really interesting thing that not many people are talking about. So, you know, Bitcoin dominance is going up right now to the downward sloping resistance line on the weekly. So, you know, Bitcoin's, you know, coming back up to resistance. You know, if Bitcoin dominance breaks out again, it could be, you know, not so good for alts. They might not do anything, actually. They might just kind of sit there. You know, after Bitcoin broke the all-time high, at first there wasn't all that much movement because I think the market was focused on Bitcoin, There wasn't all that much going on. And then once, time went on, as Bitcoin was mooning, it started to lose dominance all throughout 2017. So, maybe at first the market is now focused on Bitcoin. The institutions are buying Bitcoin. Bitcoin dominance is rising. Institutions are just kind of being introduced to crypto. So they don't really care about the alts, not yet. They want to buy the main thing, which is Bitcoin. We'll see what happens, right? I think eventually, even if Bitcoin dominance does rise, I think eventually we'll probably start to lose dominance for Bitcoin. Eventually. Because again, there's a lot more to blockchain than just Bitcoin. If you think that Bitcoin is the only coin that you should buy, Bitcoin is the only coin that should exist, you literally don't understand blockchain. You don't understand the potential. You're not educated. Or you're just in denial and you're trying to be trendy by being a Bitcoin maximalist. I don't know. But there is so much more. There's so much more to crypto than just Bitcoin. Yes, Bitcoin is number one. Yes, it's the most adopted, most well-trusted, the strongest network, the most secure. Yes, of course, that's why it's number one. But there's way more to crypto than just Bitcoin. You can't really transact in Bitcoin. It's not really effective. Not yet. We'll see what happens with Lightning Network. I haven't heard about that in a long time. I do see an alt season in the near... Guys, what I have on the screen right now is not a prediction. I was just showing you something. I do see alt season coming at some point, yes, for sure, guys. There's no way this bull market will take place without an alt season. That's literally just ludicrous. At some point, money will flow into alts. It will happen. It will happen. But this is a big lesson to a lot of people watching. A huge lesson for you guys. There were a lot of people that didn't have any Bitcoin, and they just had basically almost all altcoins. And now they're sitting there like, oh, crap. Oh, no. I'm not making gains. Bitcoin's going up. This is a lesson to you guys that you need to own Bitcoin. You must own Bitcoin. You got to have some Bitcoin. If you don't have Bitcoin, I mean, you're not really with it. You're not really with the market. Bitcoin is going to be the rock that holds your portfolio down when everything else is doing whatever. Bitcoin is going to be like the rock for your portfolio that will hold it down. It's going to hold it down for you. You got to have Bitcoin. Trust me. It might seem too expensive, but if Bitcoin goes up 100%, you make 100%, no matter how much you're buying. So that's it. So let's see here. The US dollar index. This is very interesting. Why? Because the last time Bitcoin was at 20K was right here in 2018 when the US dollar was hitting the current levels that we're at now. Is that interesting? The last time Bitcoin was at 20K was when the US dollar was at current levels, right? Or at least around this area, around this range. It was like right here, right? But this is when Bitcoin hit 20K. Very interesting stuff, right? And now we're coming below this level and Bitcoin is above 20K. So yeah, there is a very strong inverse correlation between Bitcoin and the US dollar index. Again, 20K was right here in 2018. So very interesting, right? We now broke below that level, and what happened? Oh my God, we broke above 20K. Wow, interesting. So if we break below 88.50, and we start, this is the weekly chart, guys. If the US dollar index starts to, run down towards what, like 80, 75, of course, it's probably not going to be a straight line, but who knows how it goes, right? If the US dollar index goes into like a real death spiral here, Bitcoin will probably hit 100K, 200K, right? But we'll see. We'll see how bad it really gets. We'll see what really happens to the US dollar index. Of course, we're breaking out to the downside. Again, this is 20K in 2018 over here on the left, and now we're breaking above that level for the Bitcoin price. We're falling to the downside of this falling wedge, which is so bad, right? It's just so bad. The last line of defense for the US dollar index is going to be around 88.50. Around 88.50. Whoops, there we go. Yep, so that's the US dollar index, guys. And again, it's perfect correlation for Bitcoin. Perfect correlation. Perfect inverse correlation for Bitcoin. We got more people joining in on the stream. Definitely smash that like button, guys. Helps out the channel. Subscribe to the channel if you're new as well. So, talked a lot about Bitcoin, some about the US dollar index, a little bit of dominance, a little bit of Ethereum, a little bit of Chainlink earlier. Litecoin was one that I was looking at. I don't have any Litecoin. I actually sold it down here. I was accumulating it, and then I sold it because I was like, oh, it's underperforming. I was like, yeah, you know, I don't want this. I could make some money somewhere else. And then now it's just doing so well, I'm like, damn. But, you know, congrats to all the LTC holders. This was a really easy trade, actually. You just had this macro resistance. You could have longed it on the resistance break and then sold it right there if you were just looking to trade it. But, you know, we've exceeded all the targets. So, awesome, right? Making macro higher highs. Your next major target seems to be around, what, 140, 135, 140, something like that. You've gotten above the critical $100 level. You'll notice, guys, when I do TA, I don't do like cents. I just call like a level, like 100, 135, 140. I don't say like 99.89. I just don't think that's. I mean, I just don't do that because I'm not really a short-term trader anyway. I'm more macro. Alex Malero, is that how you say your name? Coming in with a 20, says number one. Alex, I appreciate that. Thank you for supporting the stream, man. Much appreciated. These YouTube animations, I haven't even seen this one before. Number one, I love it. That's awesome. Are you saying I'm number one, or you're number one, or Bitcoin's number one? There can only be one number one, guys. Yeah, I think also a lot of the people that were previously in crypto, you know, that sold or took a loss, or I don't even know, got out of the market, took a profit, are now coming back, seeing, oh my God, Bitcoin's above 20K, I'm missing it. And then they look, oh, what's, you know, they remember Litecoin. Oh, what's Litecoin doing? Because they used to buy it back in 2017. And now it's, you know, I think a lot of that new money is buying the old coin, you know, Litecoin. That's what I think. Alex says, I'm number one. I appreciate it, man. I appreciate it. Much appreciate it, Alex. Miami Crypto says, you're right so often it's scary. Miami Crypto, you are always on my Twitter feed. I appreciate you, man. You're always there. You're always hitting that like button on the tweets. And I gave you a follow for that. If you guys are on my Twitter and you guys are, and I see your name come up constantly on my, like you're hitting the like button, I follow you back usually. If you do it enough, and I'm like, this guy's there every day. I'm like, I follow you guys back. Miami Crypto has been following my tweets for such a long time. Guys, I notice if you do that. Trust me. Frank says, what is realistic for Chainlink? Well, guys, it depends on what Bitcoin does, right? Let's say, for whatever reason, the US dollar finds support and stocks dump and crypto starts dumping, then, you know, I mean, everything changes, right? But if the US dollar continues to perform poorly and interest rates stay at a very low level, which they're locked in right now, then yeah, I think Bitcoin's going to hit probably 100K, 250K, maybe as a peak, like a peak target. And if that happens, Chainlink would probably go into the hundreds, anywhere from 100 to 500. I don't think we're going to go by 500, maybe $250, possibly. But that's just all based on percentage calculations. So if Bitcoin hits 250K and this rate continues, where like Ethereum is double, Ethereum would hit 10K. Actually, the calculation is 14K. For my calculation, 14K. I'm just going to say 10K though, which sounds nuts. It sounds so crazy, right? But again, you know, selling at a lot of people hear me say the price targets and they think we're not all going to make that much. And it's like, no, you're not going to sell at the peak. You're not going to sell at 10K. You're not going to sell Chainlink at 250K. You're going to get greedy. You're not going to sell, and it's going to dump, and it's going to come back to $130 or 75, and you're going to go, oh my God, and you're going to sell then. You're going to sell late, right? That's just how it goes. Not everyone's going to sell the peak. Fortuitous coming in with the 100. I think those are what? Is those Iranian? Or sorry, no. What currency is that? I'm not sure. But I appreciate that. Coming in with the 100. Virtuit. I don't know how to say your name. Vitruvius. Nano USDT technical analysis, please. Nano USDT. I don't really look at that one, guys. So I apologize if my analysis is not that great, because I study certain charts, and you know, that's just how I do it. We'll see what I see. So this has no history. I like to focus on certain charts, guys. Nano, what is the most history here? There's got to be something with more history, right? No, maybe not. Maybe not. Maybe it's like an obscure exchange that will have more history. Well, you have, I mean, you're getting above a couple, one key area that I see. Let's see if we can load the volume profile tool on the weekly in time. Hold on. So the weekly candles, you're holding this, which is pretty good. So from 2019 at basically a dollar, you had some major support before the breakdown, and then you also had major resistance at what, $1.05 in October, and then in the beginning of 2020 you had resistance at $1.07, and you had more resistance there. You weren't able to hold it, you weren't able to sustain it this year, but now you're starting to flip it back into support. A lot of these altcoins, guys, across the board are like setting up. They're not mooning, but they're setting up. Like right now, you can see that Nano, which is not a coin that I'm in or focused on, but you can see, like, yeah, we have a very historic previous resistance that is now kind of being flipped as support. So like they're setting up for what could be a major pump eventually. You know, maybe it'll take another month. It could take another month before money starts to really flow into these altcoins. But it's looking pretty good, right? This is the first time you've actually gotten support for Nano right here and actually held it. So that's pretty good. Not bad. I would like to see you start trending with the 21-week EMA. You know, what price target are we going to hit? That's hard to say. You know, you do have support resistance. So yeah, that area right there is actually another major resistance. So you want to get above $1.40. This area that you're not, you know, a lot of resistance there. So next target, $1.40. If you get above that, you'll probably hit new highs, probably. The way it usually works is like, once Bitcoin starts consolidating, traders start looking elsewhere, and then once there's enough support that comes into the alts across the board, it causes like a ripple effect where like everybody starts getting into alts, right? It's almost like it's like once the momentum kicks in, then the alts really start pumping. I don't even know how to try to explain what I'm trying to say, but I've observed this like hundreds of times. It's like once the momentum once you start to see all the alts start to round off that support and break out, the momentum just like rapidly picks up. And it's just human nature, guys. It's just human activity. It's like, it's really interesting to watch if you guys know what I'm talking about. I don't think I explained that correctly. Julio says, look at newish coin BID. BID, ticker on Cryptowatch. What is this, guys? What is BID? I mean, if you guys send me a tip, I guess I'll look at your coin. If you guys are just commenting, you know, altcoins in the chat, I probably won't look at it. BETTOGH? Oh, I've heard of this one. Oh my lord. Alex just came in with a $50 tip. Much appreciated, Alex. Alex isn't even saying anything. He's just tipping me. He's not even requesting anything. He's just tipping. That's awesome. Alex, I appreciate that. Super effective. That's a pretty dope animation. I like it. Alex coming in with the 20, coming in with the 50. So someone wants me to look at BETTOGH. Oh, it's Julio. What's up, Julio? Wow, this thing is doing pretty poorly against Ethereum. I would be more interested to look at the US dollar pair for this one. It looks like you could be finding support there. It looks like there might be support. It's starting to, like, you're starting to get some support at the low. I mean, it's just like, you're better off holding ETH at this point, but clearly. Yeah, this thing is not, there doesn't seem like there's much interest here, guys, for BETTOGH. I don't know. I mean, this is just the 4-hour chart, so I could be wrong. Or is that Poloniex? Seems like a little bit of a lack of interest in this one. Not really seeing that much movement. Sorry, guys. I'm just looking at an altcoin that someone is requesting. They sent a tip. I mean, against ETH, I guess you're sort of finding a base of support, right? You've hit this level more times than anywhere else. You're starting to find some demand at this level. We'll see, right? I'm not really sure how I would want to analyze this. I'm not really totally sure. I mean, if you start to find support, you're most likely gonna find a lot of resistance at point, what is it? Point quadruple 036 ETH. I don't know, guys. There's not much data here. I don't really know what to say. There's like not much to look at for BETTOGH. You could be creating a base of support here. You're getting, you know, multiple bounces off the low. Not much else I can say, guys. It seems like there's a lack of interest here. More selling interest than buying interest for BETTOGH. Rich and Wealthy coming in with a 2. He says, what do you think of ETN? We could take a look. Oh no, guys, we're gonna get all. I shouldn't have done that. Now we're gonna get all the crap coin requests. Sorry, I don't want to call your coin a crap coin, but I might not. I'm gonna only do this one. I'm probably gonna stop. I don't like analyzing these charts. It's just like, it's kind of a waste of time for me. Yeah, you're just going side. This project, lack of interest, not much going on. You know, this is what Electronium. This is an OG coin. Not much interest here. Not much buying. Could it pump? Sure, but it's just not. You know, I don't know. These old ones, I'm not a big fan of this. You're basically just finding support off of what, 2019 resistance. Lack of interest, guys. What do we got for Bitcoin right now? Let's go back to Bitcoin. I guess you have some bearish divergence on the 4-hour, I guess. Though TA doesn't really matter all that much in this environment. If a big institution wants to click the buy button here, it will go higher, right? But we'll see, right? Bitcoin is doing good, right? So it's currently above that previous high from December 17th. You know, I guess if we go to an even lower time frame, you would want to just see this hold as support, right? Quite simply, guys, you just want to see previous resistance as support here upon this breakout. If you can just maintain that level, you'll probably pump up to 25K next, right? But you do have some bearish divergence, which I don't think I would really care. I wouldn't really, you know, when things are really bullish, like really bullish, bearish signals are not that reliable, right? Bullish signals are. When things are very bearish, bearish signals become more reliable, right? That's like when you're in a bear market, shorting breakdowns makes more sense. It works out. When you're in a bull market, buying breakouts works, right? If you're in a bear market, buying a breakout will usually turn into a false breakout, and you'll get stopped out. Holy crap. Alex is going crazy. Alex is going crazy. He just came in with another 100. Says just crypto love. Alex, you're insane. You're absolutely insane, man. I'm guessing Alex is making a lot of money right now because he's just literally throwing money at this stream. This is insane. What is Alex doing here? He's got what, a $20 tip. He's got a $50 tip. He's got a $100 tip. Dude, you are nuts. You definitely don't have to do that. You've done enough. You've done enough now. You've tipped. I mean, guys, Alex pretty much just gave me like the amount of tips I normally get on a stream all at once. So yeah, I mean, you're good. When people do that, I usually don't forget. So Alex Malero, you're a very rare person on this channel. People don't usually do that. Dude, you're nuts. You just tipped another $10. You're crazy, man. You should pump Bitcoin with this money. You should be buying Bitcoin with this money. Because if you buy Bitcoin with this money, we all make more money. Alex, you're crazy, man. I appreciate it, though. I appreciate that. How about everybody gives Alex a shout out in the chat? All of you guys. I think he deserves it. This guy's nuts. What a legend. But yeah, some people are, guys, I feel like I'm repeating myself. People are so disappointed with Chainlink, but it's literally a top performer. It's like the #1 in the top 10, right? So after you get 600% gains, yeah, you'll get some sideways. Eventually you'll break out again. There you go, Alex, getting the shout outs in the chat. Hype for Alex in the chat. Hype for Alex in the chat. This guy's crazy. Wow, you guys are more hyped about Alex than you are about me or Bitcoin. Alex is the real Satoshi, I agree. Alexander the Great. What was I looking at earlier? 30-year fixed mortgage rates at an all-time low. That's what I was looking at. And also the Fed agreed to lock interest rates at a near zero level. So this is awesome for Bitcoin, guys. Ate too much spicy, coming in with the $10. Kevin, you are awesome. I will eat something spicy later today to commemorate BTC gains. Yeah, you should actually film it. Eat something really spicy and then film it and post it in my Discord, the general chat in my Discord. Discord links are below, guys. If you actually do that, you should totally do that. Post a video in Discord. I'd love to see it. I'm actually just trying. I haven't actually done this calculation yet. I'm thinking about the last time Bitcoin hit 20K, the US dollar was at 92. And once we broke below 92, or actually, yeah, once we fell below 92 for the first time, that's when Bitcoin finally started to break above 13.8K. And then once when was it? Once we had our first confirmed break, once we actually started to hit lower lows below 92, that's when Bitcoin broke above 20,000. So you could potentially do a calculation, and I'm just thinking about this right now. You could potentially do a calculation of a comparison between the US dollar index and Bitcoin if the US dollar index hit like 84 or as low as 78. I'm going to do this after the stream ends. There could be a calculation for what Bitcoin's price would be. You guys are nuts, man. Ate too much spicy. I appreciate it. Alex, appreciate it. Rich, wealthy. Julio. Oh, wait, I missed RSC1 coming with the €2. He says, thanks for your work, Kevin. Great work. Thank you, RSCI. Much appreciated, man. Virtuitous, appreciated. Alex is Michael Bloomberg. I don't think Michael likes Bitcoin, guys. So let's see what our market cap is now. Then we've hit a new all-time high. Or at least we're close to it. We're not above 24K right now. So 682 billion. And if we go 682 billion is still below the all-time high market cap, which was what, 848 billion? Just 150 billion away from a trillion. And we're getting there, guys. We're getting there. I think once Ethereum breaks above its all-time high, at that point, I think a lot of the alts are going to be doing well as well. And at that point, I think that we'll probably break $1 trillion market cap. And that's going to be the real kicker for this one. ETH breaking its all-time high is going to be absolutely insane. The market cap for crypto is going to surge so much. It's going to be nuts. Yeah, so, you know, guys, this live stream, we're just having like sort of like a watch party. There's not really much to do here. There's not much to say. I do have potential targets pulled up from previous all-time high to bear market low. 24,450 is a potential target, which we're kind of at right now. Above that, 30K, 30,250 is another potential target at the 1618 fib extension. Other than that, you know, there's no real way to judge. You know, this is a blue sky breakout, guys. This is price discovery. There's no real way to judge where Bitcoin's going. You know, it's all up to the whales at this point. And of course, the amount of FOMO and demand that we have. And the next upside target that I have for ETH, if we break out above this resistance, is about 750, which is an area here of previous support and resistance where we had this weekly candle close in May of 2018. I would say 750 is the next major target, and then you have that wick high at 830. So something like that. Alexander the Great coming in with the 5. He says, "Say yes if you want Kevin to reserve another 100 for being one of my favorite crypto streamers." Say yes if you want Kevin to reserve another 100. Oh, I think you're saying like you're gonna give me another $100. Say yes. honestly, you might as well just go 100x long on Bitcoin with $100 and see what happens. Jesus Christ, he's coming. He just did another 100, guys. He just did another 100. You're absolutely insane, Alex. I don't even know what to say. You're crazy, man. What is that? I don't even know how much you've donated. You've donated like you donated $20, then you donated $50, then you donated $100, and then another $100, and then you donated $5, and then you donated like another $5. Yeah, man, this is just insane. You're crazy, dude. You're absolutely crazy. I think there was only because, you know, on this channel, guys, I'm a seasonal streamer, right? I don't stream all the time. I stream when like the season has arrived. So like in 2018, when Bitcoin dumped below 6K, I was streaming like every day because that was part of my long-term prediction. When I started my channel in February of 2018, I was saying 2,500. This was part of the prediction. So I was streaming every day, getting a lot of subs, getting a lot of views. And the only other time this type of tip has happened was in 2018. Because I don't really stream that much. And now we're above the all-time high. And Alex is setting records. I don't think anyone's tipped more than you. Maybe Rico S and one other guy, Crown to the Underground. Those are the 3 names I remember from Tip Wars. Sorry, you gotta give your tippers shout outs, guys. Edward Park, what's up, man? Edward Park was around for that 2018 breakdown as well. Edward Park was in my Patreon when we were buying Bitcoin at like 4K. What was it? 4,100, 4,100, 3,800. Alex, they're wondering, your new name is Alexander the Great, but they're wondering what your portfolio is since you're tipping so much money. They're all wondering what you have. Are you a whale? Alex is Santa Claus, says Dom. LOL, I'm something like Mr. Beast. Alex is Mr. Beast. This guy's nuts. Guys, definitely smash that like button. And subscribe if you're new to this channel. We're just hanging out here. It's just a watch party. I actually wasn't gonna stream that long, but now that Alex is going crazy, I feel like I have to. So we'll see. We do have a little bit of bearish divergence here on the 4 hour. So we'll see if it plays out. Again, bearish signals in a bull market are not very reliable. Usually they're not very reliable, or they don't really play out much, you know, because there's so much demand, right? There's so many people looking to buy Bitcoin right now. So any sort of pullback would probably just get bought up pretty quickly anyway, right? Jesus Christ, Alex. Oh my Lord, dude. He comes in with the whale symbol with another $100. What is going on right now? What is he doing? This is the third $100 tip. You did $20, then you did $50, then you did 100, then you did 10, then you did 5, then you did 100, then you did 100. This is insane. Yeah, I think the most I got tipped on one stream was in 2018 when Bitcoin broke below 6K, because that was part of my prediction. And I got $650 on one stream. Again, I don't stream that much, but that was the highest yet. And we're like getting close already. We're like getting close now from one person. This is insane. I mean, I can't just not talk about it when this guy's throwing hundreds of dollars in like 15 minutes. This guy's crazy. So yeah, we'll see, guys. Right now, we're kind of stalling out on the 4 hour. We're kind of stalling out here. We'll see what happens. I'm extremely bullish on Bitcoin long term. I think that we're going to hit prices in the hundreds of thousands. You know what I should do? I should take all the money that Alex is tipping me and buy Bitcoin so that his tips actually are like 10x. Be they 10x. Your tip will be 10x the size. So instead of tipping me like, what is it, like $400, it'll be way more. I could pump up Bitcoin with this money right now. Anyone interested in the next Bitcoin? An STO backed real guys, oh my god. If somebody says they know what the next Bitcoin is, they don't know what they're talking about. Okay? You know, in the last bull market, I first bought Ethereum at $45, right? I first bought ETH at $45, and I was making so much gains on it. I got so hyped on ETH that I thought it was going to overtake Bitcoin, because I was like, oh yeah, ETH is so much more useful. It's so much more usable. And in 2017, I actually thought that Ethereum could overtake Bitcoin, and that it would, because I just thought it was more useful with smart contracts, all that stuff. Of course, I was wrong. And that's sort of like, you know, that's sort of like a newcomer, slightly noob mentality, is like thinking that there's going to be a new Bitcoin, that there's going to be something else that beats Bitcoin. It's like, no. If somebody tells you, I know the next Bitcoin, it's like, you're probably a noob. Whoever says that, you're a noob. You're probably a noob. I don't think you understand the dynamic of the crypto industry. And guys, we're above 20K now, so we're going to see a lot of noobs and a lot of stupid comments coming in the next year. You're going to see all kinds of ridiculous stuff. Trolls are trolling. BBKK is now banned from the channel. Gotta get rid of the trolls, guys. Maya says, plot twist, Alex is Kevin. I knew someone was going to say that, guys. I knew someone was going to say that. I should Alex, you should like hop on the stream. I don't even know who you are, but you should hop on the stream at this point. I mean, you've paid your way in. So we got distracted by Alex's insane tips there. But we'll see. The price is just stalling. I don't think I'm going... Oh, yeah. Oh, yeah. Also, I'm going to make Alex a mod at this point. Why aren't you a mod by now? Wait, what? Another one? Dude, you're crazy. Dude, I gotta end the stream before you send me all your money. I gotta end the stream before you send me all your money. This is insane. This is just ridiculous. Stinner V is in the chat. What's up, man? I'm like making more money on Alex than I am on Bitcoin. No, I'm just kidding. Yeah, Alex is now mod. You've paid your way into being a mod. Sorry, guys, we're getting distracted here. You know what I'm actually gonna do? You know what I think would be fun is I'm gonna take all the money that Alex just gave me and stake it and put it on this Eth2 staking position. This is my Eth2 staked position. I have 31 Eth staked. Might as well just lock in all of those tips into the staked position. Miami Crypto says, Kev, come to Miami with Alex. You guys, if you want to stake ETH, doing it on Kraken is very simple. Very simple. You deposit, you click stake, enter the amount you want to stake, that's it. The link is below to sign up for Kraken. And you can't unstake, though, until phase 1.5. So it's locked in. But, you know, the rate, this 31 ETH, the calculation is at current prices, I make $2,700 a year. Now, of course, if Ethereum doubles in price or triples in price, it's going to be way more, right? If Ethereum doubles, triples, you know, be making 6,000, 10,000, 12,000 a year on this ETH staked position. So we'll see. So yeah, Alex, let's calculate this. Alex, $100 tip, $100 tip, $100 tip, $5 tip. So I'm just going to calculate. So four $100 tips, one $50 tip, so $450, plus 20, $470, plus 5, $475, plus 10, $495. $495, dude. What the hell? You just went crazy, dude. You know, Alex, Alex, join the Discord channel. And me and you can do a one-on-one call at some point this week, next week. I think you've earned it. Yeah, if you want to do a one-on-one chat, let me know. I'd love to talk to you. So join the Discord channel and then just send me a message. I don't think I've even seen your name here before, so this is nuts. I mean, I might have. Only because I can't go over 500. Yeah, man, join Discord and then send me a message and we'll chat at some point. That was nuts. Oh, he sends a 5 and then adds it up to $500. This is ridiculous, dude. I think some people are watching, some people are leaving. I mean, at this point, it's just the stream has turned into an Alex tip stream now. But I appreciate that. Guys, let's see if we can get 500 likes. Alex tipped $500 on the stream, so let's see if we can get 500 likes on the stream and just match it. Alex has been distracting us. But yeah, man, join Discord, message me, and then we'll do a one-on-one chat if you want. We can just chat it up, talk whatever. Alts are going to outperform Bitcoin sometime soon? Question mark. At some point they will, probably. Some of them will at some point. We really just need to see Bitcoin dominance. We need to see Bitcoin Whoops, wrong one. Right now, we're at a critical juncture for Bitcoin dominance. So Bitcoin is now at the downward sloping resistance line on the weekly chart, right? We're at it right now. The past, what, 1, 2, 3 times we've tried to break it, we have not been able to. Though, what we have tomorrow is the weekly close, right? If this weekly candle closes above the downward sloping trend line, this could be a very bad sign for altcoins. Could be, right? Because that might mean we have momentum to continue up. We will see. This weekend's going to be interesting, going into tomorrow. Alex, since you just sent me $500, I could probably give you an honorary entrance to my VIP chat. Usually you have to be a patron to do that, but since you just went that ham, I think I'll just add you into my VIP chat, because I think you earned it at this point. That's just insane, dude. So message me on Discord. ARFA says, I sold Bitcoin at 19,700. Where should I buy now? It depends. You know, are you guys, remember, if you're going to be in this market, yeah, guys, so somebody says Alex earned an entry to the Patreon. Well, the problem is with Patreon, I can't control that. Like, I can't just add someone in for free. That's not, Patreon doesn't allow that. So I can't do that. He would actually have to join. But he can just come into the VIP chat for free if he wants to do that. I wish I could control Patreon, but I can't, right? I can't do that. Oh, wait, someone is saying, like, should I buy Bitcoin now? I sold at 19.7. Should I buy now? Guys, you have to have a plan, you know, you have to. Okay, so I'm sure that person that sold at 19.7 that then is now in this stream asking me, you know, what should I do? Should I buy? I'm sure you're probably, you know, not that experienced, because you don't want to just go all in and all out, right? You don't want to be like, you don't want to be buying Bitcoin and then completely exiting Bitcoin. You don't like. You just don't do that, right? You just don't do that, especially if you're trying to be in this for the long term. You just don't exit Bitcoin fully, you know, unless you're at the end of a bull market. You just don't do that, right? If you're in this for the long term, you got to have a long-term position. You got to keep a long-term portfolio, and you got to have conviction for the long term, guys. You got to have conviction for the long term, right? You got to know where it's headed, right? You know, you got to have some confidence in where the price is headed. Of course, nobody knows, but you got to have some confidence in the direction of Bitcoin here. I mean, we're likely headed for hundreds of thousands of dollars in the next year, so it's like, you know, I would just say start averaging back in. It's not financial advice. I'm not a financial advisor. I don't have a license to give financial advice. But you know, if you don't have Bitcoin and you sold too early, just realize that there's way more gains coming. Very likely there's a lot more gains coming for Bitcoin, especially if the US dollar continues to perform badly and they keep printing money. Yeah, I mean, Bitcoin is likely poised for much higher prices, and averaging in, you know, as irresponsible as it may seem to average in at above the all-time high, as irresponsible as that sounds, you know, last time this happened, we saw thousands of % returns for Bitcoin, right? Look, let's go to this, right? Averaging in here seems irresponsible, but the last time it happened was right here, and we saw thousands of % returns, right? And we're in the same exact spot right now. So just keep that in mind. Likely we're going to see at least 1,200% gains, you know, 1,200% gains up, I would expect. So yeah, I mean, averaging in, you know, also if you want to be, if you're looking for something that could yield more percentage gains, which it already is ahead of Bitcoin, Ethereum hasn't broken above its all-time high. If Bitcoin hits 250,000, which sounds crazy, but it's actually average performance in a bull market, Ethereum would hit closer to 10K. So, you know, Ethereum is also one that hasn't broken the all-time high, and I think is still fairly undervalued. And guys, remember, in the long-term trends, you know, when Bitcoin breaks above the all-time high, there's only about 150%, 160% of progress or so from that all-time high price, right? So that's like fair evaluation. So fair evaluation going from 2016 pre-halving to 2018 post-halving, the fair evaluation landed at some point at 3K, right? Like that was, you know, until the next halving, of course. And then at some point, you know, Bitcoin's going to go up and come back, and the market will agree on a low price of what, 50K maybe, you know? So just keep that in mind as well. Alex coming in with the 5 says, only because I can't go, will do. So Alex, yeah, will do. Yeah, definitely hop into the Discord channel there. If you don't have a Discord, make one. And be sure to message me. We can do a chat. And I'll add you into the VIP chat so you can chat with all my other VIPs. Because I think at this point, you deserve something. You deserve something. You're nuts, dude. You're nuts. And this is why, you know, scaling out at some point is a good idea. Some people are like hardcore. They're like, I'm never selling Bitcoin. It's like, okay, that's fine. You know, if you're buying below the all-time high, I'm sure you're going to make a lot of gains, you know, long term. You'll probably make even more. But, you know, there's a huge profit potential, you know. If you, like one Bitcoin worth 250K and you don't sell that and it goes to 50K, I mean, you missed out on a lot. You missed out on a lot. Somebody's looking for XRP. I'm sure there's a lot of XRP people out there. What is XRP doing today? $0.58. I think Bitstamp has the most history. So let's do that. OBS makes my computer lag a little bit, though it's improved somewhat, but... Or maybe it's my VPN, I'm not sure. Wait, why isn't this loading? There we go, XRP. So, XRP. Yeah, I mean, if you go from the high, like if you basically just mark up your candle body closes, right, and your candle body close low, like the all-time high candle body close, the all-time low candle body close of this bear market, you can see that we did test the 236. So that the first target was met, the first target was hit at about 75 cents there, around that level. And after that, you do have resistance coming in at about $1. You have a previous wick there. But there's actually support and resistance sitting at $1.15 about. In the 382 fib extension is $1.13. So if you break out again, I would actually be looking for $1.15 or so for XRP. If you see any type of pullback, I think you already found solid support around 45 cents. So 45 cents seems like a pretty good area of entry. You have a lot of historic resistance here, a little bit of support here, support here, support here. 45 cents, probably a pretty good area of entry, which of course you may have missed it already, but we'll see. Of course, it all depends on what Bitcoin does. I have no doubts that XRP could probably pump. I'm not a huge fan of it, because the way that I don't know. Insiders keep selling, right? Until they reaccumulated recently. They did a lot of accumulation recently, and now they're pumping it again. And I have no doubts that it'll pump, right? I have no doubts it'll pump. It could hit, $1, $3, $5, who knows, right? But, the nature of XRP, it'll probably end up seeing another controlled sell-off at some point after it hits a very high price. Of course, if Bitcoin hits 250K, XRP could hit some ridiculously high price. But I think it will see a controlled sell-off again. Just the nature of XRP, right? The use case for XRP, it's not something that people hold. It's something that they sell for transactions, cross-border payments. It's just being sold, right? Sent and sold. But the thing is, if XRP is going to get bigger clients, they do need the price to be at a higher level, right? They need the price to be at a higher level so that there's more liquidity for bigger banks, bigger players to come in and actually use it. So there is actually incentive to get XRP's market cap higher so that it's more usable for bigger clients. I don't know, you guys might notice that when I do an analysis on a coin, I like jump from TA to fundamentals. Like I kind of do both. I don't know. That's just how my mind works. Just look at that chat, guys. I'm just Alex is hundreds of dollars of tips just sitting at the top of the stream right now. It's so funny. I mean, yeah. So like some people are asking like when pullback. Guys, I mean, if you are a long-term, if you think that crypto will succeed long-term, I think you shouldn't really, you probably shouldn't be buying and selling like that, like trying to sell Bitcoin to buy back just a little bit lower. Like I see a lot of noobs attempting to do this and they just screw up. It's like, don't try to like trade the little moves if you think Bitcoin has good long-term potential. Get a hodl bag, get a long-term position, take your crypto off exchanges, put it on a ledger, and leave it somewhere and don't touch it, right? You need to have that long-term portfolio of some kind that you're going to ride no matter what. Don't allow yourself to squander your positions by like leaving on an exchange and it's just so easy to like sell it, right? Take it off, put it somewhere. You can have a trading account, you can have a long-term account, right? Separate, have goals, have a long-term goal, have a short-term goal, and separate your money, separate your holdings for those purposes, right? Have a plan, have a goal. This is for the new people. I know there's a lot of new people watching. Have a goal, have a plan, and stick to it. Stick to it. Rick says, what do you think about DCA versus buying the dip? Well, that's kind of the same thing. I mean, like, I think the buy the dip strategy is likely going to be a great strategy for this bull market. So like if we do continue to, let's say we pump up to like 30K, then we dump, we could literally pump to 30K, guys, and then rip back down to the all-time high, and people are going to panic, right? And we like test the 21-week EMA or something, right? But that's just a buy the dip scenario. And we pump up again, right? Dump, pump up again. Buying the dip. But here's the thing, though. you have to remember, like, what is your perspective? Are you looking at the 4-hour chart? Are you looking at the daily chart? Are you looking at the weekly chart? The dip on a 4-hour chart is different than the dip on the weekly chart. The dip on the weekly chart will make you shit your pants, right? The dip on the 4-hour chart is easy to handle, right? If there's a crazy dip at some point, you're gonna poop your pants. Your survival instincts are gonna kick in, and they're gonna tell you to panic sell. But in reality, that's the time to buy, right? We'll like pump up to 30K. Rip back down to the 21-week EMA, like what, 21K, 20K, like something like that is very likely to take place at some point in the future. I'm not saying that we're going to do this exactly. I have no idea what Bitcoin's going to do, but something along these lines is likely to take place at some point in the future. You're going to see an absolutely heinous rejection at some point, 35% correction to the downside. You're going to think that you made a mistake by not selling, but guys, it's all a long-term game. Just look to accumulate more. Average into the market during the dips on the weekly chart. That's really going to be your primary of entry, right? That's where you're going to want to be buying. That's like the main area of interest, you know. Again, we could pump up to 30K. It's going to be all exciting. You're going to think, you know, it's going to be great. And then we rip back down to 20K, 21-week EMA to find support over long previous all-time high. And you're going to get so depressed, you know. But you shouldn't be, because this is just the nature of the game, right? It's just the nature of the game. And this is kind of what I expect to happen at some point, guys. At some point. We got 715 people watching, guys. Definitely smash up that like button. Subscribe to the channel if you're new. If you're enjoying the stream, if you're enjoying the information, if you're enjoying the watch party, the hangout, subscribe to the channel. Scroll down. Subscribe and hit that notification bell as well. Jay Constant says, how bad is this news? U.S. Treasury proposes new rules and regulations to Bitcoin and cryptocurrency transactions. In one sense, it's bad because it's bad for freedom. You know, the freedom for you to transact in whatever way that you'd like. You know, that sucks. But it's positive for the price because it shows big players, big institutions, that the government has a hold on crypto, that they're regulating it, and that, okay, maybe it's safe to buy. Maybe it's safe to get into this, right? Before they didn't know. They didn't know what Bitcoin was. It was this crazy digital currency that, you know, it's just going, you know, pumping up thousands of percent, dumping 80%. You know, what the hell is this thing? Now they find out about it. Now we break above the all-time high. Regulators are stepping in. It could actually give the green light for bigger players with a lot more money to step in and buy Bitcoin. So it could actually be a positive thing in a sense. It's bad for the actual, you know, like, you know, crypto is in a sense like a belief system. Like, we believe in freedom and financial freedom. We believe in, you know, decentralization, right? So like it goes against the belief system of crypto, but it is what it is, guys. This was inevitable. We all knew this was coming at some point. Just looking at chat. Yeah, guys, I would not be surprised to see something along these lines at some point, right? Right, like a crazy 30% rejection. Something along these lines. You know, it kind of resembles, it depends, right? It looks like 2017. We're not guaranteed to do this again, but, you know, Bitcoin bull markets do generally behave in that way, right? Like we have, and even right here in 2019, we had a very similar type of market structure and market psychology. This major, you know, pump to 14K, very similar to 2017, just on a smaller scale. And I do think something like this will probably happen again. So you got to be ready for those crazy 30% rejections, and you got to be able to handle it. And you got to be able to know that that 30% rejection is going to allow Bitcoin to go up even more, right? So just be mentally prepared for that stuff, guys. Definitely be prepared for that stuff mentally. Bitcoin is a cult. It really is. Guys, Bitcoin bull markets are global cultural events. Someone in my Discord said that recently, or like a month ago. He said Bitcoin bull markets are like global cultural events, and it's true. The whole world, guys, is involved. It's really cool. And guys, I don't know if you noticed this already, but this upward sloping resistance line from 2013 to 2017 is lining up right with the stock to flow model, right with the expected target of 250,000. Really interesting. Really, really interesting. Now, this actually suggests that we might go higher than 250K, but just by a hair. We'll see though. Yeah, guys, I'm getting really bullish on Bitcoin here. I mean, it's just important to make sure you're focused on the long term. Q-Ball says, if Soros or one of the criminal elites is the real Satoshi, do we have a problem? Yeah, I guess it's a little bit of a problem because they'll control it. And they'll probably control the market flow, right? But at the same time, if somebody like that controls Bitcoin, you know, George Soros is basically an economic terrorist, collapsing currencies around the world to make money. If George Soros is I don't think he did, but if somebody like that controls Bitcoin, they did it out of necessity. They did it because they saw what was coming, and it's actually a solution for them and for everyone else. So, you know, it's actually an evil genius, you know, I guess. It's actually a good thing. Harish says, I think the intervention of U.S. authorities will result in some kind of correction. You know, guys, yeah, I guess. I mean, maybe, right? You know, in 2017, we had a lot of things like that, like China FUD, regulation, and like, yeah, I guess you'll have a short-term correction. But remember, guys, it's a buy the dip game now. The current bull market is a buy the dip game. So if there's a dip, buy the dip, right? In this environment. But definitely keep your eye on, don't be too blind about it. Definitely keep your eye on something like the, you know, stuff like the US dollar index. If we fall below 88.50 for the US dollar index, or I guess, you know, 88.20, I think that's the green light to probably head towards at least 30K, if not 50K, if we fall below 88.20, 88.50. So keep your eye on that. If the US dollar index, you know, sees some kind of bounce here, short-term bounce, that could usher in the correction, maybe. A short-term one. Test the all-time high as support, maybe. So keep your eye on the US dollar index for sure. Nick Boris is spamming the chat. Favorite altcoins. Guys, I talk more about altcoins in Patreon. You can see some of the altcoins that I'm holding in the Patreon there. You actually get access to my public portfolio, which is what, now valued at like 87K, doing pretty good. It's a portfolio that I started for Patreon patrons to keep track of like all the coins I like, whatever. Another vaccine approved stock. So I'm just reading chat, guys. I've talked about pretty much everything. Probably gonna end the stream soon. By the way, Alex, if you're still here, which I'm assuming you probably are, you tipped me $500 today. So I'm gonna add you into the VIP chat. So definitely message me on Discord. All right, guys, I'm probably going to end the stream. I appreciate all you guys. I appreciate you, Alex, for tipping $500. You're an absolute maniac. The best kind of maniac for a streamer, though. Much appreciated, man. I will reward you with being added into my VIP chat, which, guys, if you want to join the VIP chat, you can join Patreon. Alex gets an honorary addition to the VIP chat for doing that. There's only been a few times where people have tipped that much. It's very rare because I don't really stream all that much. I just stream occasionally, seasonally. But yeah, Alex, you're an absolute legend, dude. You're an absolute legend. And guys, congratulations to all of you who are in the market that are making gains right now. I think the future is bright for crypto. The future is not so bright for the US dollar. I think the future is bright for crypto, and I think we're going to see much, much higher prices. And yeah, guys, enjoy the gains. Thank you guys for all the likes, all the new subs, all 700 people of you guys watching right now. You guys are the best. You guys make it all happen. Follow me on Twitter, guys. Follow me on Twitter. Follow me on, join the Discord channel. Join Patreon if you want to support the channel. Guys, the Cryptowatch platform allows you to, look at stock to flow, right on your chart. Go to the Bitstamp chart, turn on stock to flow. You can see the history here. Sign up for Cryptowatch. There's a link below. It's free to sign up. Free to sign up, guys. Sign up for Cryptowatch. And if you want to stake Ethereum on Kraken, I have a Kraken affiliate link as well. Anyway, guys, I appreciate it. I'll see you all in the next stream or the next video, whatever it is I decide to do. Peace out, guys. Shout out to Alex. You're the man. All right, guys, peace out.